Hey, 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 beloveds, what's going on? So, as promised, I'm coming to you and we are going to read together. This is our personal development for the day. And I'm so grateful that you are able to join in on this. You can watch the replay for those of you who missing the live. I appreciate you guys who are watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, please put replay in the comments. Other than that, let's get into it. We're reading, I'm sharing my coach, my mentor, with you. She has a phenomenal book, and she's basically helping people all over the world change their lives by just living an example, right? Just really getting up and activating and moving forward. One of her many books that she has written, she's a bestseller, number one bestseller. This book we're reading today is The Nine Laws of Success, and we're talking about how to attract health, love, life, and success to your life. Okay, the ultimate guide. This ultimate guide you need to do. No, so we're going on chapter one today. You can get this book on Amazon. You can get this book by going to stormywellington.com, I believe. Right? So let's get in it. The Seven Pillars, chapter one. Life, love, health, wealth, abundance. As humans, we all crave accomplishment. Everyone wants to be successful. Yet, as a percentage of the population, only a few achieve this desire. What is the difference between those who do and those who don't? It's simple. Just like in every part of life, there are principles that must be followed. There are laws you must obey to succeed. Unless you win the lottery, and even then, there are things you must do to make that happen. Like buy a ticket with a winning number. There are steps that must be taken to achieve your goals. Even those lottery winners have to align themselves with the laws because we've all read stories about how 1 or 2 years later these lottery winners are broke. And don't say it could never happen to you. It can and it will. Unless you follow the principles, of course. Many inspirational and motivational speakers and gurus would say that what you need to achieve success is belief. And that is true. You need belief. You need belief, faith, and goals. And I will talk about all of those things in this book. Here's a quote by Stormy Wellington. Pain will teach you what pride will allow you to learn. Pain will teach you what pride won't allow you to learn. So many of us are blocking ourselves with pride and ego because we are so scared of feeling hurt and pain. We're so scared of letting go and losing control. When in letting go is where you're gaining your control and your power. When letting go, you're falling into alignment. When letting go, yes, may have you experience a bit of pain, but it's for your growth. It's for, strengthening you. It's for repositioning you. It's to prepare you, right? So don't be scared to experience the pain because it will teach you many, many lessons. However, what you need to achieve the ultimate success is happiness, your happiness. And to stay in that place, you must have an understanding of the law of the land. These principles are key to securing your success. As I mentioned, these laws, these principles are what I've discovered on my journey. However, the laws are built on what I call pillars. The pillars of the foundation for the nine laws of success. Like any creation, the foundation must not only be in place, but it must be strong in order for you to build a solid structure. Now, this is immaculate. This is alignment, right? Because those of you who've been following me for many years, right, know that this is something I teach, this is something I practice in my own life. And this is why I enjoy reading books by successful people who are already doing it, so that it helps me to know that, listen, you're in alignment because this is what you do. What makes you different? If they can do it, so can you, right? And just to know the things that are in my head and in my and painted on my heart, and the things that I have planned set out for me, to know that they're in alignment with someone who's very successful. She wrote these things when she, not when where she is right now, but she wrote them when she was going through, when she was rising, when she was awakening and coming through, right? And learning the lessons from the pain and the hurt. Everything that she has learned throughout her years of living has made and designed her for who she is today. Likewise, everything that I have endured, every test and trials that I've triumphed and overcome, right, has created me to be the person I am today, right? It has created such a strong and sturdy foundation that no longer or no more will anything, no one, nothing can get in the way to get rid of that foundation, because the foundation is absolutely strong, right? No matter what happens, no matter what the elements of the exterior, come against you and come against me and come against her, guess what? She has built such a strong foundation that it is rooted and cannot be uprooted. So I'm so feeling that. And I so appreciate that she was able to put this into books. So many people who are not aware of this, who are still trying to figure it out, can read it, right? For themselves, and see that, listen, this too is possible. This too is factual. You must love yourself. You must find happiness within yourself before you can find it in this world, before you can find it in anyone. Let's see where I was. Let's see. As I mentioned, happiness. And to say and to stay in that place, you must have an understanding of the law of the land. These are the principle of this. These principles are keys to securing your success. As I mentioned, these laws, the principles, are what I've discovered on my journey. However, the law are built on what I call the pillar. The pillars are the foundation for the 9 laws of success. Like in like any creation, the foundation must not only be in place, but it must be strong in order for you to build a solid structure, right? It must be strong in order for you to withstand any storm, because turbulence will come. Did I not just say that? Boom. That's just a part of life. So a firm foundation is needed. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. However, most of us don't have that because of the way we were raised and the things we were taught. It's not our parents' fault that they didn't give us the skills. They gave us the best they could, duplicating the way they were raised. It's passed down from generations to generation, and no one can teach you what they don't know. No one can teach you what they don't know. Listen, no one teach you what you don't know. I was just talking to a client and we just had this discussion. And I said, the only reason why you're not having access. Now, I said, I gave you all the information that I know. I connected you with the people who know the rest of the information. Now, you are in the position to take action and to do the work, because until you move past that, you're still going to be stuck at not knowing, right? I'm not the one to give that information, but I know the person who has the information. And the reason why a person does not have an information is because they have not connected with people or things that can deliver the information. So you don't have access to the information yet, right? So you don't know what you don't know. People cannot, they don't know. I'm high time. They were the one I wanted to. This whole foundation and structure. Amazing. Let's move on. Carrying on. No one can teach you how to be a millionaire if they've worked paycheck to paycheck for most of their lives. But once you thoroughly read this book, you won't be able to say that you don't know. You will come to understand that there are habits, beliefs, and thoughts that you have that must be dealt with. Right? Killed, destroyed, however you want to say it, before you can operate the 9 laws. It needs to go. You need to get out your way. You need to get those thoughts out your mind. You need to get those negative impressions, self-inflicted pain away from you. Remove, declutter, detox, so that you can rejuvenate, so that you can be replenished, right? Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour or a day or even a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. My apologies. Okay? Eric Thomas. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour or a day or even a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. So quitting is not an option. You will endure what it is if you quit your breakthrough, if you quit before your breakthrough, if you quit before you get there, if you quit before you even, see if it works. Like, you never know if it's going to work. Like, if you quit, you will never know. But you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. That time that you quit, that's when you may have just, if you pushed a little more, right behind there was your breakthrough. And it normally happens like that. People often quit right before. So you see that analogy that they make with the man who's digging underground, and then right behind the door, right behind those rocks, right when he decided to quit, there was a big shiny diamond treasures right behind there, but he just threw down the thing because he felt he'd been digging for way too long, and then he just walked out and left it. Right? Walked out and left it. Whereas the other guy kept digging, and guess what? He found. He never quit. He kept on going, and he found the treasures. So find the treasures within you. Keep going. Keep searching. Keep seeking. You will find. Again, I say I am speaking from experience. No one can teach you how to overcome depression unless they've been depressed themselves. I have. No one can teach you about being a millionaire, then going broke and rebuilding again. I've been there. No one can teach you about living a fake life unless they've lived that life themselves. I've lived that life. No one can teach you about not loving, not trusting, not living unless they've done all of that. Listen, this is why I'm speaking to single mothers. So many of us go through so many tests and trials and fails and falls, and we don't know how to dig ourselves up, right? Every time I fall, I get back up. Every time I fall, I produce and create something that brings sustainable income within my family, within my household, to replace the lack, replace what is not, um, replace what is out of order in my life, right? So I am able to teach now, and all these times I've been using what's in my hand. So I'm able to teach other women, other single mothers, how to do the same, how to use what's in your hand to sustain your lifestyle and to start creating streams of income, multiple streams of income, to create income streams out of one activity, one business, one purpose that you came up with. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because I've been through it for years. I've overcome it for years. I've created a foundation, right, and built upon it. So now I can come back and tell you about it. I can talk to you about being depressed and being over, and overcoming it. I can talk to you about losing it all and gaining it back. I could talk to you about the bad relationships and single mother and parenting. I can talk to you about these things, and I can help coach and guide you and give you wise counsel about these things. Why? Because I'm in alignment too, and also because I've been through it, I've experienced it, I've overcome it, right? I've triumphed over it. I'm victorious over the things that I've been through, right? And every time I've always passed the test. Every time I've always passed the test, right? So definitely, these are the people you need to get into alignment with. You can't get into alignment with people who are still going through it, still trying to figure it out, still having these things and have obstacles in their life and still not knowing how to get out of it quickly, right? These are not the people you should be aligning with. These are not the people you should be taking advice with. These are not the people you should be listening to their opinion or allowing their opinions to affect you, right? We're talking about alignment. We're talking about success principles. We're talking about um, getting to know or getting around people who already know. In order for you to grow and stretch, you have to learn something you didn't know. In order for you to learn something you did not know, you have to be willing and able to accept the new information, release the old stigma of information that you had, so that you can accept and let that resonate for you and start getting growing that belief. So for me, the journey for me, this is my opportunity to teach you the way I now live, right? Once you set the solid foundation in place, then I can promise you that as you begin to apply and follow the laws, you will start receiving the results you desire. Definitely. Definitely. One last page, and then we'll go back to we'll read the other one tomorrow. Of course, like anything you want to achieve, it it will not come overnight. But like exercising, right? A consistent and steady application of the pillars and laws will help you achieve all that you've set for yourself. I've mentioned that I know about the laws because of my journey, but I know about the foundation, the pillar, because I've made millions twice in my life. Not notice that I said twice. As I told you, the first time in 2009, I was flying high, but then by 2011, I had lost most of it. And I will discuss the specific life situation that happened to me, that led me to that later in this book. But what I can tell you now is that I lost that money because while I was following the laws, I didn't apply the pillars. I didn't have the solid foundation. However, I am a potential leader, a perpetual leader, sorry. I am a perpetual leader, always searching for what I can do better, How can I do be better? And once I discover that my foundation wasn't strong, once I discover what I had to do to change that, I had a comeback. And my letter has been greater than my former. So my latter has been greater than my former. And that's where we want to achieve. You must be greater, achieving greater at all times. So my latter um, became greater than my former, your past. I went from earning $1.2 million in a year to now averaging $1 million every 4 to 5 months. Now she's doing that like a month, guys. Like, come on. Okay? I am not sharing this to brag, though I am proud of my accomplishment. I am sharing this because I am telling you what I know. This is not a test. I am not just trying this out. I am extremely intentional in everything that I do and every single one of these principles I have applied to my life. So I know that these work, and I want this to work for you as well. Phenomenal book, guys. Phenomenal book. Mm. So, chapter two, the first pillar we're going to discuss tomorrow is called Beware of Who You Are. It's kind of like what I say to you guys all the time: know thyself. Self love is your first love. And I'm sure, because I'm always in alignment with Coach, I'm sure whatever she's saying in this book is going to fall in alignment with what I'm saying with you today. Right? Right? So, know thyself. Right? So that you could be confident and bold within your walk. Know thyself. So that when you are being transparent and you are transforming, you know what it is that you're shedding off. Know thyself. Know thyself, my kings. Know thyself, my queens. Know thyself, my goddesses. Know thyself, divine feminine. Know thyself, star sisters. Know thyself, my sistrins. All right? Peace and love. I love you. Love yourself. Love yourself first. Self love is your first love. Self love is your first love, right? So love thyself and know thyself. Experience the love of God. There is absolutely no other. All right? Peace.